on the season finale of the Moto, Inside the Outdoors. With just 3 races left in the season, Ryan Dungey and Pourcel are on a collision course for the 250 title.
It's Superman, Pourcel. Ryan Dungey is saying, "This is my house."
And Chad Reed may only need one more win for the elusive 450 championship.
I want to walk away from the sport knowing that I achieved everything that I kind of set out to. Outdoors is something that's missing.
Despite consistently being on the podium throughout his career, Chad Reed has never had a 450 overall win in the outdoors. That all changed this year. Reed has been on a roll, compiling 4 outdoor wins and having a commanding lead in the series, making the weekly family gathering at the Reed house an even more festive occasion.
Life's good. Get some dinner on tonight, hang out a little bit. Burn and Danny down. Mike and Megan are going to come over, which is Mike's my practice bike mechanic.
While still in their teens, Chad and his wife Ellie made the decision to leave their homes in Australia in order to follow their dreams in the States. The two have become an inseparable partnership, with Ellie helping build Chad's career into one of the most successful in the sport. That success allowed Chad to race Supercross only, and to take the last 2 summers off from the more demanding outdoor season.
The thought kept coming into my head, and it's like, you don't know if it's real, or whether you're just bored, or you're just, whether it's the real thing, and you're like, man, I want to go race outdoors. It could be fun, and it's a huge commitment, not only for me, but for everyone.
We voted if it was going to be fun, then we would do it. Because he's always hated outdoors because he's always struggled so bad. So we were like, if we're going to go, we're going to have fun no matter what. And even if it's a crappy day and it doesn't go to plan, that we're going to make it fun.
Just on their way as a couple are the Metcalfs. They are traveling between nationals from Unadilla, New York to Budds Creek, Maryland. Currently 3rd overall in the 250 class, this is far from the glamorous life of a professional athlete. Yet despite the unpleasant duties of life on the road, it is time together and time to work on the plans for their upcoming wedding.
Trying to pick out wedding music, and that was Brett's only job to do, was pick out music. It was all really ghetto music.
That was a mix.
You had Eminem on there, 50 Cent.
Eminem was not on the list.
I think it was. We made it all the way to Budds Creek, got here safely, only 1 U-turn, and hopefully have a weekend on the podium. That's what we need.
There is, of course, more than one way to get to the racetrack. Chad Reed has spent the last decade as one of the top 3 riders in the world and enjoyed the rewards that success brings. Yet for a guy who appears to have everything, an outdoor title is missing. However, that could all change this weekend.
Coming into Budds Creek, there's a possibility I could win, an outdoor championship. I believe I have to win both motos. Shorty has to finish, I think, 5-5.
It is impossible to overestimate what an outdoor national championship means to a rider. To state it plainly, motocross isn't easy. No one accidentally ends up at an outdoor national. The locations are remote, and the weather extreme. The die-hard fans and families are mostly riders themselves, and to win the outdoor title brings the undying respect of the motocross community.
A little bit of rain starting to come down. You can see the drops hitting the deck. The wind starting to pick up, still bringing some moisture in here. The 22 trying to put another championship into the Suzuki Semi. And Chad Reed out to a good start. The gate dropped, he popped the clutch. He's heading over to the whoop section.
And he's lost the lead. So it is Ivan Tedesco out front. Tedesco, former outdoor national champion.
Chad Reed is into the number 2 position.
And here comes Tommy Hahn.
Into the number 4 spot is now Millsaps with Short in 5.
And currently, Ivan Tedesco is 1 second a lap faster than Chad Reed.
It's Chad Reed. He's going after a national championship here in these great United States.
With conditions turning from bad to worse, Andrew Short faded into the 10th position, providing Reed with the opportunity he was hoping for. If he could get by Ivan Tedesco and Short stays in 10th, Reed would win his first outdoor title.
Here comes the battle for the lead.
Reed coming up onto the rear wheels of the number 9. Down to the mount, they get on the binders.
There is literally no breathing room for our leader, Ivan Tedesco. Shoulder to shoulder they are, in the air at the same time.
And now Chad Reed has gone to the front of the pack. There's a lot at stake here, and Chad Reed is laying the rubber down. He is out in front and has an opportunity to be the champ here this year.
Checkered flag will be out in just about 25 seconds. His mechanic Goose cheering him on.
He goes into the history books, Chad Reed!
It's such a hard feeling to describe. You just feel like you're on top of the world, like you're on one big old cloud, you know, and I just was really, really appreciative of, you know, all those amazing people that mean so much to me, you know, starting at the top of the list with Ellie and just everyone, you know, everybody works so hard. And I think that when you win a title, that's when the emotional side of it comes out, where you're just kind of like, you can let it go and be just proud, you know, and nothing that anybody says or does means anything at that point in time, because you're on top of the world, whether anybody likes it or not, and that's a nice feeling.
Well, the rain has picked up substantially. You can see it's come down here.
There had been flash flood warnings issued throughout the day, which seemed mistaken for mild rain as the weather held out until Reed won his 450 title. Then almost instantly the sky opened up and Mother Nature delivered. One big problem: the 250 riders still had a moto to finish and their own championship to fight for. A torrential downpour ensued, turning the track into a swamp and the racing into survival.
Metcalf, he has the lead here.
Still got a really good pace, but it ain't gonna get prettier. Looks seriously tricky at the bottom. There's a lot of water down there.
Christophe Pourcel, who has come here today, come here this year to take home an American championship.
Pourcel looks like he's out for a Sunday ride, man.
Goggles seem to be the issue of the day. Can you imagine riding without your goggles?
And what looks like fun in the mud could easily turn tragic, especially for series leaders Ryan Dungey and Christophe Pourcel. They are locked in a battle for the points lead, and a bike malfunction or inability to finish could cost them the title.
And it's Weimer now who's taken over the top spot. And it's Jake Weimer going for an overall.
The crowd is so into it when it's like that, because it's just such crazy conditions. And there was fans literally like standing on the track, and it was just insane. Hay bales floating, water, rivers. I think it was hailing at one point. It was insane.
Here comes Metcalf, and out front is Jake Weimer.
A red flag eventually stopped the race. Series leaders Pourcel and Dungey survived without incident, and Jake Weimer fought through the elements for the overall win.
I was super excited to win, and then to be able to win in conditions like that is a huge step for me. Then the crowd chanting my name, I don't know what he'd say to that.
As for the Metcalfs, Brett's second place was his best finish of the season, securing him a solid third position in the series points and clearing the way for Ryan Dungey and Christophe Pourcel to fight it out for the championship. Still to come, the drama continues as a shocking incident in Southwick turns the 250 title race upside down, and later, a champion is crowned at Steel City.
This weekend's at Southwick. I'm sitting 13 behind. Pretty much from here on out, I need to win it.
Ryan Dungey has been in a head-to-head battle for the 250 title with Pourcel all season long, and their results have been practically identical. Yet the similarities in the two appear to end there.
Pourcel? I haven't ever said a word to him. Hasn't said a word to me.
He's a good rider. He didn't push me out, I didn't push him out. I think he's a good guy on the bike, but you never know.
One major difference is in their ability to prepare. Dungey implements a strict and intense training regimen, while the Frenchman is at a disadvantage. The severe injury he suffered a few years back still limits the amount he can exercise.
Some days I don't feel that good, so I can't go anywhere. I gotta stay at my house, and that's it. I cannot go to the sport or do my gym.
The injury also restricts Pourcel's riding time. Whereas Dungey not only benefits from a consistent practice routine, he also has the support of his father to help mechanic during training.
I don't think anybody knows me better than my dad, and just because I went professional doesn't mean I want to change it. You know, I think we had a good thing going, and to continue it. When we're practicing out there, and the fun part of it is when you do find that flow, and it's almost just like you're one with the bike. You know, you find the rhythm of the bike. You're always kind of riding that edge, you know. There's always like that scare. Obviously, fear will get in the way of a lot of stuff. I don't ride with fear. It's only gonna take away from what you're really meant to accomplish.
Track's getting faster.
I'd go for it to the last very second to, you know, I'd do whatever it takes to win it. If you're gonna win or die trying, then I guess, you know, fear doesn't, you know, really, you know, play a factor.
Good job, bud. Good job.
As the 250 class entered a rain-soaked Southwick, Ryan Dungey is in a fight for points and position. Not only does he need to finish in front of Pourcel, he needs other riders to position themselves ahead of the French rider as well in order to win the championship. And with the 450 title already wrapped up by Chad Reed, all eyes turn to the 250 class.
Ryan Dungey, he's got 13 points to make up. Oh my goodness, the caution flags come out. What happened? Pourcel had a terrible start. There's a lot at stake here.
He is picking up from dead last, Tim.
Wharton into the number one ride, Dungey at 2. Pourcel now in 3. Wharton's got a 2.5-second lead as he holds on to the number one ride. Wow, Pourcel running 30 seconds. Dungey has an opportunity to gain some valuable points here. He wants that number one spot. There's 3 bonus points that come with it. And the number 10, Dungey, has gone to the front of the pack. Look at the number 10, Ryan Dungey, holding on to the number 1 position. He has got 13 points to make up. Pourcel has now moved into the number 18 position. He went down, got up dead last, and has clawed his way back into the points. Pourcel has some time to move up.
The 151 really doling out a good dose of pressure. Wharton and Pourcel going at it bar to bar.
Pourcel has gotten around Wharton.
Well, Tim, in the late going, Pourcel having a problem. I don't know what it is, mechanical or otherwise, but he is certainly off the pace.
It's going to get interesting. The drama and the plot thickens here as now Pourcel has gone around the number 10. They are getting very, very close. We're going to see fisticuffs before this is all over. But get this, they're telling us that Pourcel may not finish.
It is rare when you can point to a single moment in a 12-race and 24-moto season and say that one instance changed everything. Yet, this is one of those moments.
Well, Tim, on this final lap, looks like Justin Pourcel is going to hold on for that moto win.
It took rookie Justin Pourcel 11 races to prove to himself and to his family that their hard work had paid off with his first career overall win.
The 10 of Ryan Dungey comes across the stripe. That is going to put the points upside down, no question about that.
Pourcel entered the race leading by 13 points, but a DNF did not finish, has him leaving 17 points behind new series leader Ryan Dungey.
That's really what it's all about.
A whole season's worth of work seemingly lost, not by a performance, but due to a machine malfunction, leaving one race in Steel City to fight for a championship that was once within reach, and now would take a miracle to capture. For many years, Steel City has been the last stop of the series, and the grounds here have seen countless championships won and lost. This year is no different. The crowds will witness a 250 champion emerge from one of the most turbulent seasons in the history of the sport.
Last week we got a little lucky, Pourcel had DNF in the first moto. It can happen to us today. We can have a problem, This is motorsports and things happen.
Squeeze them off a little and then just drift down. Carry your speed.
I look at the very first gate, it looks pretty good.
Dungey on the starting line. Remember, just a week ago, he went to Southwick, Massachusetts. He had a deficit points, but he walked out with his wallet full and a ton of points ahead of Superman Christophe Pourcel.
Marsh out front with Sipes, who was your early hole shotter on that KTM in the number 2 spot, then Pourcel and Dungey. Now he's coming under pressure from Blake Warden as well as Martin DeValis.
Imagine the pressure that Christophe Pourcel, Superman, is feeling right now.
It's going to be a great race, and this is the championship. And look at Pourcel. This is probably the hardest we've seen him ride this year, Rodney. He has to put all of the stops. He likes to be smooth. He likes to ride his own pace. Today, he doesn't have that option. Now Dungey moved over on Pourcel off the Sky Coaster. Dungey moved over on Pourcel. Now Pourcel's trying to battle back down the inside. And Pourcel goes back around Dungey.
Dungey's points lead gave him the ability to play it safe, yet he and Christophe Pourcel had been headed towards this point all year, a face-to-face confrontation in a battle for the title. The opportunity to race your rival bar to bar is hard to resist. However, it's a gamble. The smallest mistake and crash could end up tragic and cost Dungey the championship.
Here they are, shoulder to shoulder once again. Ryan Dungey could be content sitting right there, but he continues to apply pressure to the 377.
Pourcel will take that big win for him, but it's not big enough as Dungey checks in the number 2 spot, and he will be crowned the 2009 champion.
That was a good race. Yeah, good job. Yeah, champ.
Woo-hoo! Hey, that's how you do it.
We did it, man.
You did.
Yeah!
I did. Good.
Yeah! Let's go to podium.
Yeah, come on.
Good job. Thanks. Good race. Congrats.
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to help me out here because we are about to crown the 2009 AMA Lucas Oil Outdoor National Champion, Ryan Dungey!
One of the most dedicated riders in the sport, the win was Dungey's first outdoor national motocross title and a culmination of a season of hard work and determination. As for Superman Christophe Pourcel, he showed the world a rare talent that few had ever seen, an effortless ability that captivated the crowds all summer. Still, the bike breakdown at Southwick was a disaster and will likely haunt the French rider for years to come.
Champions may fall, but they never quit. The training to the riding to getting up in the morning, it was all worth it at the end of the day to be able to pull this off.
It is the calm after the storm, a time to relax in the satisfaction of a job well done. The final quiet moments of the season where the sport returns to what it is really all about, a community that loves motocross. In the days that follow, there is a brief break to reflect on missed opportunities.
What were they saying after Colorado?
You know, we were idiots. You know, just like I told you they would say, you know, and I knew it was going to be directed at me. I ate a lot of poop for a few weeks after that whole ordeal.
And a short period to enjoy life away from the racetrack. That time will quickly pass, and the focus will return to the sport they love, and the entire community will put their hopes and dreams into another year to just go racing.
Dear God, we come to you here tonight with thanks that our bodies are healing and Michael Essie, who will be the champion next year in 2010. We give thanks for all of this. Amen.